All right, drone video for a 26-acre tract, owner-financed land. This is in the heart of the Ozarks. This is actually northern Fulton County, Arkansas, about 2 miles south of the state line between Missouri and Arkansas, about 20 miles south of West Plains, Missouri. Okay, so that's looking at the private driveway. This tract does have a private driveway that goes back in. This is tract 7, by the way, at the White Ranch project. Goes back in a little over 100 feet, I believe. We can measure it on the map, and that'll get us pretty close. And then there's a little cleared site. The driveway and the site have basically been roughed in. We drove the truck back there, but just use caution when you do that. So this big tract directly borders a gravel easement road along its entire south side. It's about 500 feet wide, so a little over 500 feet of road frontage, and it goes essentially straight back to the north, a little over 2,000 feet. As we look westerly, the property's on the right, of course. Heavily wooded property. It has a power line running directly over it. A residential power line is on site, so you're covered with that. And it has a little stream that crosses over the property as well. There's the power line right there. So this is about an 8-minute video. If you stick with us, we're going to do a full flyover, check out the property from the air. I'm sure we have a ground video as well. Just go to the listing page on the website, and if you're already there, that's great. So as we mentioned, heavily wooded, probably mostly hardwood trees, although we have been finding some mature pine trees in the area as well. So be on the lookout for that in both videos and when you visit the property. Again, the driveway and site have basically just been roughed in, but I mean, it gives you a way that if you get out of here in your truck, you can get off the road immediately, kind of get situated. They cleared a lot of it with the mulcher. They left a few medium-sized trees toward the center. It looks like they did leave enough space around the outside where you could pull through without having to do a 3-point turn. I think it's big enough that you could pull in there with even a pretty good sized trailer. You do just want to use some caution because often the mulcher can leave little stubs, which can be hard on the sidewalls of tires. Can puncture those. Mainly see that with cars because a lot of cars just have really lightweight street tires. Most trucks or SUVs are a different story, and most trailers have pretty heavy-duty tires too. Okay, so we're looking northerly at the property. That is the power line. It angles right across, so you definitely do have access to power, including, I'm sure there are a couple actual poles on the property. So all the power company would have to do essentially is put a transformer and a meter base on there and you'd be good to go. Okay, gonna fly northerly here. So from the easement road, the property's where the driveway is, level for a bit. Once you get back in, it starts to gradually slope down, and it slopes down all the way to the little stream that crosses over the property. So you can already see where that stream is gonna be. So that's gonna be the low point on the property. Once we get beyond that, property rises back up gradually and levels off toward the north side, and actually drops again on the northeast side. Interesting tract, very usable. We didn't see anything out here that we would call steep. I guess everybody has a different idea about what that is. I'm sure we're trying to find that stream. It's not likely we will. On a heavily wooded property like this, a little stream or a creek is pretty tough to see. It'll be a different story in the winter when the leaves are off the trees. Oh, I spoke too soon. That's it right there. Right in the middle of the screen is the little stream. I'm reasonably sure it is. Yeah, it is. Yep. So that's cool. You can actually see the water flowing in the stream. So again, we're going to call that a wet weather stream or a seasonal creek or stream, whatever name you want to give it. It's just not likely that it flows all year. Most of the smaller creeks and streams in the Ozarks don't. But it was clearly flowing when we were out there doing the video, so it's pretty cool to see. You're going to have some neat rock features, I'm sure, because you've got over 500 feet of stream frontage there, so that'll be cool to explore. You might have some little springs. The guys have found a lot of springs on these properties. I have no idea if there's one on this tract, but I mean, it seems like every day they were saying, hey, we found another spring out there, so it's definitely something to hunt for. So now we're toward the north part of the property. That meadow you see is just a couple hundred feet northeast of the property, so that'll tell you where we are. So that little meadow's not on the property. Now we're just panning around. The deer and the turkey are phenomenal out here. I mean, the hunting is excellent. Having that little stream does not hurt a bit, that's for sure. Okay, now we've spun around and we're facing southerly. Oop, kind of got dark on us. It looks like we picked a really cloudy day to do this video, unfortunately. But it is good that at least we do have a video. We love our drone videos. It's so helpful to see a property from the air. Okay, so flying southerly. Mature timber all over the place. I would guess there would be more than enough to build a monstrous home if you wanted to. Obviously, the property's got to be paid in full before you cut the timber. But meanwhile, it's getting bigger and bigger. So, I mean, the longer you wait to build your cabin or home, the more impressive it will be, especially if you're doing a full log cabin or home as those trees get larger. We got lucky the first time and found that stream. I don't think we're going to find it on the way back. Maybe that was it. Couldn't tell. So now going southerly past the stream, of course it's rising back up, and it'll level off once we get closer to the that cleared site, which is by the southwest part of the property. So I mean, you certainly have options of dozens of different areas to do a campsite or a building site, or a food plot or whatnot if you're a hunter. Just having that existing driveway in sight gives you a nice option to get off the road immediately. So there's the power line, which is actually fairly close to the site, which could be really handy. You may never need the power, but it's there. It's adding value to your property. And it sure makes things convenient if you do need it to have it on site already. There are some very tall pine trees on this property. Gorgeous tract. One of the bigger tracts out here for sure. You can see the trees at the side of the road. That's not from any recent logging. That's just from the easement road being improved. You'll see probably a pile of trees at the edge of the cleared site on this property. When the guys went through, they essentially cleared the larger trees, probably with a chainsaw and an excavator, and then they came through with the mulcher to mulch up the medium-sized trees and whatnot. Gorgeous tract, 26 acres, complete owner financing. Give us a call. We would love to speak with you about any available property. If this one's gone, then we apologize in advance, but call us anyway. We'll let you know what we have, what's coming up. We hope to hear from you.